See, I got to clear this up. I got to clear this up because they're going to be, I see people, they, messaging or saying stuff like, yeah, that's crazy talk. They say they free people, freedom from this and that because of status and this, and this ain't got nothing to do with that. This ain't got nothing to do with that. This is in law. This is a right of freedom from arrest in Ohio when one is being accused of a minor misdemeanor. So if you're not being accused of a minor misdemeanor or less, you don't have this right of freedom from arrest, right? You may have others who say you do or whatnot, but you don't have this right of when you're being accused of a minor misdemeanor. If you're not being accused of a minor misdemeanor or lesser, then you can assume that you don't have this right of freedom from arrest, right? So if you are being accused of minor misdemeanors such as 4510.111 and 4511.12, which are an unclassed and a minor misdemeanor, then of course you have this right of freedom from arrest. Now, if you're being accused of 4511.13 and 4510.11, now 4510.11 is a misdemeanor of the third degree, and 4511.13 would be a minor misdemeanor. So you're kind of bridging it when you're doing that, right? You're bridging it when you're doing that, but the main thing is you're being accused of a misdemeanor 3, not a minor misdemeanor, right? It's still bridging the gap because you're being accused of one that doesn't have a statute that punishes. 4511.13 doesn't punish, right? But it's still a traffic accusation, which is a minor misdemeanor in Ohio. So if you're just being accused of 4511.13, are you still subject to the minor misdemeanor? Because a citation has to be issued for a traffic citation anyway, right? But if it would apply, this rule would apply because of those are the only accusations, right? Addressing that question, the court held that an arrest for a minor misdemeanor was an unreasonable seizure under the Fourth Amendment in Section 14 article. You don't have jurisdiction, and they need to double. That's not this. We satisfactory evidence of identification or satisfactory proof of your identity when you're being accused of a minor misdemeanor is a right. And it is the duty of the officer, local, city, state, to prove an exemption if they arrest you absent these elements. They have to prove this in the Ohio courts, or else it is unlawful. Fourth Amendment triggers and boom, and it's under the Fourth Amendment, not over. Because they also say, like, well, when states go above the federal constitution, but this is not above the federal constitution. This is below the federal constitution. This is old and well known and set. So